Good morning. It is Saturday, January the 14th, 2023. I'm here with my good buddy Wilson, and I want to talk to you about something particular, just a very short blurb this morning on this Saturday morning. My wife and I are getting ready to head for Florida tomorrow. Yay! But this morning, let me read you a couple of verses. I, like a lot of my colleagues, have over the last 30 years, I read a proverb a day, and I seldom miss. Once in a while I do, but I was taught that 30 years ago, and along with my other Bible reading in the mornings, I like to read a proverb a day, as I know many of my colleagues do as well. And so today, being the 14th of January, I read Proverbs 14. And in Proverbs 14, a very well-known verse to some, probably heard much preaching and teaching on it over the years, at least I have. It says in 14, verse 4, where no oxen are, the trough is clean. But much increase comes by the strength of an ox. The obvious information there is that if there's no oxen doing any work, there's no poo. All right, the trough is clean. But if there's oxen doing work, they're also making poo, which is a mess and something that you have to clean up. And so life, and my whole premise today is that life is messy if you're doing it right. Family, ministry, love, family, it can all be messy, but that's a good thing, okay? Because that means that you're working at it, you're doing something with it. It's like a construction crew that is working on a house, and they've got materials all over what would be the front yard eventually, and they're working on all parts. It looks like a mess, but when they're finished, of course, there's a beautiful home and a nice landscaped front yard and all that. So that's the goal, but getting there can be messy. But the messy doesn't have to be a hardship. It just has to be what it is. Those are the things you do in life, in ministry, in love, in family. You go through those things. And I wanted to mention that today. I was thinking of 2 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 7. It says, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and power and a sound mind, or of power, love, and a sound mind. It says in the New King James Version. Well, the thing is that, God doesn't give us a spirit of fear, but he gives us that power, love, and a sound mind. Well, power without love is destructive. Yeah, it's got no boundaries. Love without power doesn't do anything. It's got to have power to put feet to it, to do something with it. So true love has to do something. And so God gives us a sound mind, the third part of that verse, in order to pull the power and the love together to deal with the messiness of life. Because life will be messy if you're doing it right. Okay? And that's my word for today. As I said, Sue and I are actually getting to go to Florida. We're leaving tomorrow morning, January 15th. We'll be gone for a week, and we've needed this vacation for some time. We all need to take time away from our messiness to get some R&R, to get replenished, to do what we need to do many times. And that way we kind of take care of the stress that's in our lives. By taking a little break and understanding that God ministers to us in those times in very powerful ways at times. So it's important in ministry, it's important in life, it's important to take time out from the busyness once in a while and just let God love on you, and then come back and do. Now, we do ministry. We're very busy at it over the last 30 years, and sometimes it can be pressurized. Sometimes it can be stressful. Sometimes it can be almost a little heartbreaking at times when we see people going through stuff. It's a little messy, but it's also rewarding, and we wouldn't want to do anything else, to tell you the truth, except what we are doing. And so from time to time we take a break. So that's my word for today. Life, ministry, love, business, if you're doing it right, it's going to be a little messy, but you're still going to love it in the end. Okay, and I just want to give you a little shout out. This is January. In May of 2023, May 13th, the second Saturday in May, we will be doing our second annual Muskegon County prayer walk, where we ask churches from all over the county to step out of the walls of the church and walk through their neighborhood and pray for their neighbors. And a lot of churches couple up together, 2, 3, 4, sometimes meet at one church and go out and hit the neighborhood. And we had over 65 churches and ministries signed up for this last year. And it was a glorious, glorious afternoon, and we got lots of feedback afterwards, and it was just a wonderful time. So we would like to see this kind of as an annual event where people get out in the streets around their church and their neighborhood once a year on the second Saturday of May, about 1 o'clock, go out for an hour or two and just pray for your neighbors. So that's coming up. Anyway, Sue and I, as I said, are leaving for Florida tomorrow. Wilson thinks he's going too, but I don't think that's going to be possible. But don't tell him. Yeah. So anyway, we'll see you when we get back. We love you. God bless you.